Hello. Et spiritus Filii et Sancti. Amen. Hello. Hello, Claire. Hello, Paul. Oh, thank you for joining me. Good evening, Paul. Hello, Paul. Oh, 2/3 of an epistle. Paul, I am going to respond to your message soon. Sorry, it's just been a bit manic. Thank you for the really late Compline. But it's probably normal Compline time, actually, or even still a bit early, if you were a monk. Hello, Chris. So as we gather, where's that gone then? Oh, where have I put the question for the... Where's my question gone? Oh, I don't know.
As moon rises.
There it is. Right, so tonight's question, we'll find out who Hugh is in a minute. Hugh is huge. Who is Hugh? I don't know. From the heading service, just thinking, I guess, as these tiers are announced and what it means for different people in different places, and all the questions. Hello, Tim. Church Council was good. Yes, thank you. That's 2 today, none tomorrow, 1 next week, 1 2 weeks ago. Yes. Yeah, it's just all it raises as the tiers and then the different restrictions, all that raises in ourselves and for those whom we love, many of those being in different areas, and the impact that has. I just wonder, from the Methodist way of life and the question about service, how in light of those things are we seeking to serve others in our communities and beyond, and what has helped or what is helping or is hindering us in our service of others? Double question mark, so I forgot to delete one. Interesting. So as we reflect on that, some music. Oh, really? Go on. So I've just done hello Dorothy, hello Methley, hello Jim, hello Joanne and family. Sorry, I've been in so many Zoom meetings today. I think my computer's about to give up. It's very hot. There we go. No, it's not happy, is it? Oh, there we go. The monks and nuns climbing the 199 steps to Whitby Abbey. Acoustic version, yeah, like that. Hello Nigel. Hello Melissa. I'm going to have to watch Buffy. I'm going to have to embrace the pain, lean into it. Like I say, lean into Buffy. Perhaps Wednesday now. I've got that on now, didn't I? Let us gather.
As moon rises, the sun slips sight, begins the ritual of this night, for those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest, those treading the path that is left.
Bong.
From near and far, come as you are to this place, and embrace this space as darker hue embraces.
All together now. Hello, Hugh.
Of water, spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire. Sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home, for here you, me and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet the home of the divine.
They try to. It is late night, they miss you, I must go to. Okay day. I hope there's been bits from today that have taken you out of yourself, that have been life-giving, that have reminded you of the presence of the divine, even in the midst of all that is going on. And recognising there's probably been bits from today that we want to lay down and let go of. We can say together, the principalities and will to power, the worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess all the regress and the regrets, the burdens and the fears, the laments and the tears. Maybe I should respell that now to T-I-E-R-S. I lay them down. And as we do, Jesus says, come to me and I will give you rest. May that rest be yours and with those whom you love this night. So yeah, tonight's question from the Methodist Way of Life, how are we seeking to serve others in our communities and beyond? And what is helping or hindering us in our service of others? So we had an interesting church council. We looked at this question as well as part of it. And then we looked at our risk assessment for reopening, which we approved. And then we took a vote about whether we're going to open now. And we voted not to. And the guiding principle in what people were saying and that decision being made was actually we feel at the moment, particularly where we are between High Peak and Sheffield, and with people travelling in or certainly travelling school, work, all those things, that actually with seeing the graphs and seeing all those figures and remembering all those who've died and their families just since yesterday, that's one way in which we can serve our community and keep people safe is actually by not opening in that particular church's context. So pray for that church and those people who've taken that decision, and for those who will maybe not be best pleased to hear that news, that but in it that they might hear, but actually it's part of trying to serve our community and keep each other safe. But actually we didn't have an amazing conversation about different ways in which we might serve the community, particularly ways in which we are still able to engage with people through services for people who had a funeral, in the name of the different churches here, and also for Remembrance Sunday, and how through Advent we might offer a sign of hope and light and witness, as well as other practical ways of serving others. So that's where we've been tonight. I wonder about you. Anything that people want to share? Well, yeah, Claire, totally. Yeah, and just prayer again for you and for all your colleagues as you work on the front line every day. Yeah, and I can't remember if I shared this before, but speaking to somebody, his friend is a nurse. Seeing some of the stuff happening in schools and people's understandable concern for their children, notwithstanding, concern for those who are working in the school in whatever capacity, many of whom are as one person put it, dropping like flies at the moment with COVID-19. But to somebody saying, but I work in a hospital and we've seen it coming. We've seen it coming, and we've been through it already, and we've seen it coming. And I'm gearing up. I'm gearing up to go through this again, but without some of the colleagues with whom we went through the first wave, because they are dead. So, as always, big love and respect for all those working in healthcare in whatever capacity and whatever setting. Right. Yeah. Well, prayers for him as well. Yeah. I was chatting with colleagues from Barnsley this morning and working out, I think, in this Methodist district of Sheffield, I think literally this bit of the Sheffield circuit where I am, so 3 churches, and then a circuit neighbouring in Bolsover, the new northeast Derbyshire circuit. Sorry, Sean, Derbyshire North and East, still in Egypt, are the only bits in this district that aren't in that high level of tier. Yeah, Barnsley, Rotherham, Doncaster, Sheffield, obviously, High Peak. Yeah. So Marissa, looking to work on a project to help people get online who are technology resistant. Awesome. So helping church members and potentially others too. That's fantastic. Yeah. And seeing again, knowing which church you're at, Melissa, and how that building is being used. It might be being used for worship at the minute, or hasn't been, but actually still serving the community because it's meant it could be used to as a place for offering flu vaccines. Fantastic on both those fronts. Awesome. All right. So Nottingham. So you got to stop in Nottinghamshire. Oh, right. Thank you, Nigel. Yeah, the building is not the church. We need to remember that, but we need to show people that the church is still open and alive and here for them. Yeah. No, it does. And I know Dorothy's in from Methley. I know they've taken a very brave decision, and effectively, their tagline is 2020, the year of the church without a chapel, and it's very intentional and it's very courageous and it's awesome, and it all goes back into how they, as church community, are within and serving at the heart of that wider community, and what opportunities this brings for that. Yeah, risk and big brave decisions, but talk about inspiring faith. Because we've got a proper minister now, I've left. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Rachel. So yeah, no, that's really just thank you. That's really proper cheered me up, that, just seeing what people are doing. And again, it doesn't have to be big things, does it? Listening to somebody who, in the school setting they are working with some children who essentially haven't seen any other children since the national lockdown, and so just working with them, some of them very vulnerable, I'm working with them. Yes, it's their job, just as it is for Claire, but actually it's not, is it? It's vocation. You do it because of who you are, and the impact that you have is because of who you are and the way in which you minister love and grace and hope and inclusion and value to people in that setting. So amazing. All right, we've got a project kicking off between Paul and Melissa. Fantastic. Oh no, I can. I just came along when all the difficult decisions had been made. There was some brilliant people there, and more people came afterwards, like you, Tim and Rob. So yeah, awesome. So let's pray. I want to pray for Howard and his operation tomorrow. I want to pray for Theo that he might be better enough to have the operation he needs. Praying for Edna and for Christine, and for Val and for Alan. Continue to pray for Neil, for the decisions that were taken in both of the church councils I've been in today. One to open, one to not, and just what that means for those who are going to be upset and those who might feel pressured to come when they might not feel safe enough to, but we're able to say that, which is good. So, just that, again, we all might, through this and through things like the Nephi's way of life, just be real and honest with each other, and leave that space for grace. I heard an amazing thing. It's a leadership team last night. It's genius. I want a podium with this on. Somebody said they'd been to a church where they got COVID signage that said face space. Oh no, I haven't listened to Boris enough. What's the current? Doesn't it all rhyme? Space, face, something other, whatever the national one is, and then they'd put grace. Yeah, that that's what it's about as we try and, whether we're opening, whether we're not, just all of those. I love that. Yeah. No. Amen. Absolutely, Melissa, for that couple. Yeah, that's just all that they must be going through, with tentatively positive results, and all that must mean. And I'm guessing all that anxiousness as well, and hope all mingled together, that they might just have a sense of peace and of God with them in that, whatever the future holds. Yeah. Hand, face, space. Thank you, Rachel. Hands, face, space. And this church has added on grace. Yeah, love it. Hello, Jane. I owe you a Friday music thing, don't I, Jane? Sorry. Hope the new job's going okay, Jane. Are you doing the training I'm on in a couple of weeks or next week? I'm doing some training. Is it you? I hope it is. It'd be cool if it is. Be good to see you. Yeah, so I think, again, just prompted by Melissa, praying for somebody else's daughter, somebody who potentially may become a grandma again, after previous tragic experience. So just pray for all of that. And for each other as we continue to do what we do, whether it's at home, in community, in family, in work, in all of those contexts, online and face to face, and all those things, and all the anxieties that we carry as well. And yeah, I suppose pray again for these tiers being announced, and then Keir Starmer almost laying down almost a gauntlet of circuit breaker lockdowns, what that means, all those people trying to make decisions, all those people offering scientific or medical advice, but again, the weight of responsibility on people, it's huge, isn't it? Yeah. So let's offer these prayers, or ones that are the Lord's Prayer, in whatever version of language you want, in whatever form of mime, vocalization, growling, screaming, singing, crying, lamenting you want to do, to the one in whom all people, yes, and all creation, yes, have their being. May your kingdom come, your will be done as above, so below. Please, God. Sustain us for this day, and it's almost done. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. And we can pray in the sure and certain hope that the kingdom, the power and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen. Okay, we've got a full epistle, copyright Melissa Quinn, of Paul's. Hello, Paul Savage. Tears for Fears. Yeah, that was. I saw it in the Guardian. There was in the Guardian. No, it wasn't. It was Newscast. Tagged their episode from last night as Tears for Fears. That's brilliant. Yeah. So, yeah, prayers with and for you all, and much love wherever you are, and whatever these restrictions now mean for at least one person here who is on day 200 plus of being in lockdown because of their conditions. That together, we will get through. We will get through one day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time if it needs be, but we are not alone. We have each other. And best of all, as Mr. Wesley said, God is with us. Hello, Claire. Yeah, so let's send each other. May the peace of the all-parent be yours and with those whom you love, and ours this night. And with all people and all creation in the time that is, because it is here. It is, and it is still to come. Things can only get better. I feel a metal reworking of that coming on, not. Sorry. Let's sway. Love you a lot. Take care, everybody.